Hello everyone and welcome to another Much of the Machine traditional draft. This rare isn't actually very good. You might find some auras or maybe even the other types too during the draft, but this is just not worth drafting around. You will get the 4/4 basically vanilla creature. It's very hard to make it indestructible and lifelinker. And I suppose you might be able to draw some card at some point, but it's still a 3 mana. A battle doesn't affect the board, has 4 defense. 4 defense is actually not that much, but still it's just not a good card. I do like the Captain Lannery Storm, but I think Stoke the Flames is better than that. Hollow Forager is pretty nice actually, but it's 2 colors. This is not as good as the removal spell, and then anything else? Well, I guess this is the best card in the pack, so I'm gonna take that. That's rather easy, actually. Alright, Invasion of Ikoria. So, green, and X. Defense is 6. So, first of all, when it enters the battlefield, okay, so you can tutor a non-human creature. Yeah, but it's very expensive. If you pay 5 mana, you will get a 3-drop and so on. But you will get, of course, a huge thing if you get to, defeat the battle. Yeah, it is pretty nice 8/8. With very strong evasive ability, which it also shares with your other non-humans. It's a really decent thing after you flip it, but I'm not sure I really want to pick such a clumsy card, actually. Seal from Existence is just the better option here, I think. There's also stuff like the Herbology Instructor and the Completed Huntmaster. I do like the Instructor more, but which are, definitely better than average cards, but I'll just take the removal spell here. It's a bit boring, starting with 2 removal spells, but you can't really go that wrong with that. Invasion of Arcavius. Oh, this is the tutor one. It's just not good. Even if you want to flip it and it's 7 defense, it's a lot. It's not even good, if you flip it. So that's just basically unplayable in limited, maybe, I would say. Now, I could take the Mirror Shield Hoplite and hope to actually be able to draft both my first pick colors, or what's the option here? I mean, the alternative. There's not a lot. I mean, I don't think that there's anything that's better than this. I mean, this is 2 colors, but based on my 2 earlier picks, it's exactly the 2 colors I want to be in. So I think it's this. I might have had a red-white deck earlier, but of course I will draft the opening colors most of the time. Sometimes I make a decision of that, well, my previous draft was this and that, so maybe I will take a slightly inferior card. There's no reason to do that now. This is a pretty sweet start, and if red and white will be open, I'm quite happy with these first picks I have made in the draft. And I am seeing some strong red and fairly okay white cards too. First of all, let's see the rare. This is, well, it's a card I would be willing to first pick if you can actually play this turn 4, turn 5. Basically anything else than top decking this into an empty hand, this can be just a pretty massive thing. It also taps for 2 mana before it turns into a creature, but yeah, it's not the pick to follow up with giving my 3 earlier picks. Now the spell spear is just really good. It's just really good, so it's one of the premium 2-drops in the format, so I'm just gonna take it here. It's very well suited for my first picks, and there's an Invasion of Zendikar. I like this because it's only 3 defense. The Alabaster Host Intercessor, fine, but yeah, it's easy pick. Yeah, I think it might even be the best card in the pack, unless you are exactly blue and green, in which case the Multiverse Legend card can be quite nice. Alright, well, there's an Invasion of Belenon. Now, basically this is just a 3 mana 2/2 Vigilance, but the Anthem is a really strong effect. It is 5 defense to deal with that thing. I think I'm gonna still go for it. Red has some cards that make it easier to flip sieges. Couple of commons, even the 2-drop and the 4-drop. I could take Aerial Boost. The Billy Rider is really good in red-white, which has a lot of backup abilities. I actually do like the Bruiser quite a bit too, but I think I like the option to maybe get a Glorious Anthem. And it does it is one of the battles that does affect the board. Of course, not exactly worth 3 mana. I mean, a 2/2 vigilance creature would be worth 2 mana, but the upside is that you might get, by paying the 1 mana extra, you might get this Glorious Anthem at some point. Now, I really like the Rager here, and it seems black is somewhat open, but I don't really want to, not have the Hoplite and the Seal from Existence. These are really good cards. The Belladon thing is not that amazing necessarily, but because I have 2 very good white cards, I think I'm not taking this, because there's a reasonable trick and a reasonable 2-drop. I think I'm gonna take the trick here now. The flying can matter quite a bit sometimes as well, and having the Convoke there means it's very much a lot easier to have sort of mana up for that trick. Now, Prankster Searing Barb. I don't like to main deck this thing unless I'm the sacrifice deck that cares about the Incubate one, which I'm not. I think it's time to take another 2-drop. There's another aerial boost, but I already took one, so I'll take the Prankster now. That basically was 2 packs back to back where the options were Prankster versus the aerial boost, and I took one of each. Now, okay, there's a Zirda. There's a mana fixing land for me. I think the Defector and the 6-drop, these are like not high priority. The Bane Splitter, not that amazing, but this is a 3 mana 3/3. Now I won't be having, I'm not gonna have this as a companion, but it's an easy to cast card in this deck, and the target creature can't block this turn. Can matter, and also the activated abilities that aren't, that could combine with something. I actually take the rare here over the Windsguard Crack, which I think I would take over the other options. I really like the mana fixing lands, but sadly, well, I don't know if it's sad or not, but this time I took the non-land card. Okay, so Seraph of New Capenna, 3 mana 2/2 flyer becomes a 3/3 if you pay 4 mana and 2 life. When it attacks, I don't know if I like this Windrake. I still don't like the Invasion of Theros. I actually think the backup creature here is better. I do have the Hoplite, so I actually want to have some backup creatures as well to be able to copy these abilities. Alright, now there's a Bond Warden, Scroll Sift, Dreadship, Orange Resolve. It's not gonna be the Resolve. Not sure about the Dreadship. I do like the Dreadship quite a bit though. I don't like this guy a lot. That's the thing. I think I'm just taking the Dreadship. I think it is the better card. I mean, easily the better card. Alright, am I gonna take another Dreadship? It can be quite, in some matchups, opponent has access to 1/1s, and this is not really good at that point. I think I'm just gonna red draft. I don't like the Inspired Charge. It's not really the kind of card even with white red, that I'm looking to play. Okay, I can take the Bane Splitter. Who knows? Maybe I will play it. Let's take the uncommon. Let's take the uncommon. I suppose I have access to the possibility of playing still black in here. All right. Well, this is an amazing card, of course. This is actually ridiculous. The board 2 even makes it slightly harder for the opponent to deal with this thing. So, I mean, that would mean I'm gonna ignore one of my colors. I'm not sure if I want to do that. There's a Keruga, there's a Pruning Champion. Well, and there's a Final Flourish. That's a good pack, but not for my colors. There is an Invasion of Mercadia, which I also had a couple of copies in my previous video. I do like this, and maybe I'll just take it. Tiller of Flesh is... I don't think... I mean, you can maybe incubate once... Well, it depends on your deck. I might have a few targeting spells, but I don't really think it's that good. Let's just take the Invasion of Mercadia. I don't think I want to deviate from red and white, even though I see the Imperious are here. Now I will get punished by, if I'm getting past excellent green. Oh my. And I immediately got punished there. Oh man. Well, to be fair, this could have been a great white or red bomb rare too. It just happened to be green just after I passed the green bomb. So, I mean, picking this would be obvious now if I took the green card. Wow. I don't know. I don't know at all what I'm supposed to do here. Anything with backup? Well, there is one card with backup. It's just so bad. I don't want to take these now that I passed the green. It's just so counterproductive. Am I gonna take the seal under the gateway here? This is so bad for my. I mean, I think I'm not taking the green card, and now I'm getting punished by getting past another great green card. Well, there is a good green card in Finn the Fangbearer, but of course this is for my colors and much better. I also like the Invasion of Dominaria, mostly because the Flying Vigilance, well, basically Serra Angel is just such a nice payoff, even though this doesn't affect the board. It does get you the card back, but if you can beat this battle, you get a massive flyer. But I mean, of course, it's not as good as the Guardian of Girapur. So, okay, let's hope I get some good red too, so I don't regret passing those two green cards. All right. Anyway, Guardian of Girapur is really good. 3-mana 3/3 flyer, not even a double caster. It's an easy to cast card, and then you can flicker something with delay, and that can often help you trigger some nice ETBs again. Alright, Invasion of Kylem. I had this in my, I guess the one with red-white deck I had earlier on my channel. I have actually two of these, and they were fairly decent, actually better than I thought. But of course the pick here is Volcanic Spite. This is just way too efficient to not pick it here. Okay, let's do it. And alright. Harry, I somehow didn't see this, but this is easily the pick here. I mean, it's not exactly even a red-white card. You can play this in any red deck, but a 2/3 haster for 3 that you can make into a 3/4 flyer, definitely worth it. And I have the option to not pay life if I have the 4 mana available for the flip. I can do that as well. Okay. And oh, this is something I have lost to. This guy can be amazing, but I have no equipment yet, do I? Actually, I have one. What is the equipment? Oh, it's the Bane Splitter. I suppose I'm gonna play it if I have this thing. Yeah, I want to have something like a Kora Halberd. Yeah, there's the Saturday the Souls, there's the Searing Bar, but this can really make it crazy if you get, the trigger to happen. Another Mirror Seed Hoplite, that's really nice. I don't have a lot of backup, actually. Yeah, maybe I was supposed to take the stupid 3-drop at some point. I just don't like the 3-drop, the rummaging backup creature. It's a 3-mana 3/2 basically. Okay, well, of course the Hoplite is the pick. I'm just actually gonna want to have all the backup now. Okay, definitely my colors are open, and I didn't actually get anything amazing green here, so I'm now happy about not picking the green race. Could have been an awkward draft otherwise. Now, do I want to have a 2-drop? I don't think. Do I want to have the flyer or just have it? Well, this becomes a flyer for cheaper, so I think I'm gonna take another one of these guys. Okay, anything with backup? No, nothing with backup. I don't think I want to have another head red ship. How about the Historian, the 5-drop? Tiller of Flesh. How many targeting spells I have? I can't. I mean, I have some. I know I have some removal. I have a pump spell. Another pump spell I might be cutting. It's just the Incubate 2. I think I take the 5 mana 4/3 that dies into Incubate 3. If I really feel like I want to have a 5-drop. Alright, I'm gonna take the backup guy now because I have a double Hoplite. When you have two of these, it's really worth playing some, not so good backup creatures. Just to be able to get the extra counter. Yeah. And okay, gotta wait for the next card. And I do see the Invasion of Dominaria here, but actually this might be the kind of spot where I should take the Bolaslinger. It's also, I think quite a decent card, but with double Hoplite and, I could use another 4-drop, and this is a good one. I'm gonna take this over the 3-mana battle there. And here, I don't think I have that many incubators, but let's just take it. Of course, it's the only card for my colors. Okay, Scroll Shift. I already have a coming in hot. I wouldn't be playing two of them. I might have this. It's a it's an okay sideboard card against removal heavy decks, for instance. Okay, I got the Koro Halberd, which I will take over the Shatter the Source. I have actually some number of removal, but with the Ray up, I should take another piece of equipment, and I quite like the Halberd. Okay, there's a Thalia. There's another bum rare green. Imagine if I took the green cards, even though green wasn't really that open in the rest of the pack. There were a few cards I could have been picked from green, but had I gone that route, this Ozolith would be a third bum rare that has a third green bum rare in my deck. That would be a little bit different, but also quite fun deck to play, I would say. Now, Thalia isn't actually that good in limited as in constructed, and I have non-creatures, quite a few of them. It will make all of those more expensive, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna even take it. I might take a Skittering Surveyor. I do like this thing too, though. Well, let's take the Surveyor. That's not gonna fail me ever. Okay, now I have it. Well, I have options for sure. I mean, basically it boils down to two cards. It's either the Stoke the Flames or the Bloodfeather Phoenix. But yeah, the Stoke the Flames is just so good. It's gonna be better than this evasive creature. An instant or sorcery spell you control deals damage to an opponent or battle. Well, that's not happening that often, even. So this is a Phoenix that won't come back that often in limited. Definitely not. So 2-mana 2/2 flyer that can't block would be something this deck is interested in, but Stoke the Flames is just better, so let's take the better card. Okay, Rankle and Thorbran. Well, I'm not splashing for a double black card. I took a Skittering Server, which could enable some kind of splashes, but of course not quite the double black. Well, that means I won't be taking that. So what does this thing affect? Whenever a creature you control that's enchanted or equipped. Alright, so there's another Bane Splitter. I'm not taking that. I'm thinking about the Flywheel Racer, but I think I'm actually taking the Ironaut because of the double Hoplite here. It's not the greatest backup creature. It's quite expensive, but I think I can do it. And with the synergy in the form of 2 Hoplites, it is, in my opinion, worth it. And another Inspired Charge, which I'm not taking. Don't care about the Historian too much. Nice black removal, but I don't think I'm gonna splash for 1 black card. I guess there's a render in it in here too, but I'm not gonna make my mana worse by playing black cards. I'm taking the Slasher here. I have how many battlers now? 2 only, but I might play both of them, and I think I can take a 4-drop here. Okay, Volcanic Spite here, easy pick. Yeah, I mean it's the only card from my colors. Well, this Flywheel Racer is playable in any color combination, of course, but yeah, that's a pretty nice gift here. I have a bunch of removal now, by the way. Omnath, basically the 5-color one, but you can cast it with only 4. But look at this, another Volcanic Spite here. That means I have a bunch of removal for small creatures at least. Oh, and this hurts me. There is a Fearless Scout and a Windsguard crack. I really would want to have 1 land that fixes my mana. I have had some of those starting hands that with my 2-color decks in some of the videos where I just don't get more than 1 color available, but I'm not going to pass on this thing, especially because I do have the synergy for it. But I would take this crack and very happy about it, but alas. Okay, backup 3-drop, easy pick. Search of Salvation, I like this a lot as a sideboard card, not as a main deck card, but this is such a nice curve out after having a Hoplite on turn 2 that it's just gonna be the pick. Again, I will have a ton of cards. Look at this, Thalia came back. Do I have this art style even? No, I don't. Actually, I'm gonna take it just to secure the art style, but I might be even late, but I have a lot of non-creatures. This will actually make it harder to cast. Cut Short could be a nice card to get rid of some big creatures, but I have a lot of removal for small creatures, but I'm still taking Thalia here. And I can actually maybe take a Kite Sail over the Bane Splitter. I might play 3 equipment. I have a Core Halberd and the Bane Splitter. Maybe I will play the Kite Sail or play one of them as a sideboard option. I don't know how deep I want to go with because I have only 1 of these Master Smiths. Let's say if I had 2, it would be different, of course. I could play more equipment just to synergize with that better, but not sure if I can play all the equipment. Here I'll take the Razor over, the second copy of that equipment. I suppose I can finally take the Historian, although I'm not sure if I'm playing that. Let's take the uncommon, and that's another draft where I really had the colors open. So this is 38 cards. Yep, I think it's just a feature of this format because the power level in this format is quite high. So there are some weak cards, but it seems like it's not that hard to end up with just a ton of playables. So let's maximize power and synergy. So there are cards I won't be ever cutting, like the Stoke the Flames. I can cut the Defector, I prefer the backup creatures. Let's first of all see how many creatures with backup do I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that is 6. Yeah, I forgot actually this guy because these I took earlier. I think before. Was it before the first hoplite? No, the first hoplite was my pick 3, wasn't it? Okay, well, whatever. This is actually a decent amount of synergy for this. The Scrounger is easily the worst out of this bunch, but I might play it because it's still great curve out with the hoplite into the Scrounger. You might make this into a 4-4, you might make this into a 4-3, you have all the options. Although the Vigilance isn't actually that great with the backup ability. I mean the ability that is, given, well, let's say I target the hoplite with this ability now. I can't even discard a card to draw a card unless I use it for some kind of convoke, because if it attacks, it won't be getting tapped. Regardless, the counter is more important than the rummaging ability for this card. Okay, so that's a nice amount of backup type creature. Yeah, and there's no way I can have the Zirda because this says that each permanent card in your starting deck has to have an activated ability in order for this thing to be your companion. Well, for example, it's permanent cards, so of course instant and sorceries are fine, but that would mean I would have to cut Thalia. Now this thing has an activated ability. I think it should suffice. This has, hey, wait a minute, let's see. Which of these don't have an activated ability? Oh, these things. I couldn't play the hoplites. Oh man. That's pretty much it. Oh, I couldn't play the Guardian of Kirapur either. I mean, that's already enough. I don't even need to check. I mean, these don't have activated abilities. There's no way. I actually played a Nicoria draft, when it was the active format, in which I was able to companion the Zirda, but of course it was easier in that set. There was a lot of activated abilities around. Okay, now this is the creature curve, but let's not have the battles here. Although one of the battles actually does produce a creature right away. I mean, this invasion of Belenon does give me a creature right away, so yep. How on earth am I going to cut cards so that I will have like 20, 3 or 4? Okay, well, I'm going to cut the Trailblazing Historian. That's the easy cut. I'm going to cut Coming in Hot. I'm gonna cut the Bane Splitter because I have only one of these ray-ups. If I had more, then I would maybe play 3 equipment, but I think 2 equipment is fine, and I like the Kite Sail slightly more than the Flash thing. So I will play these 2 equipment because of the ray-up. Without the ray-up, I would maybe cut the Kite Sail. Sunder the Gateway is just another 2-drop. It's better as a sideboard card when I know I can destroy some artifacts or enchantments. These now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 2-mana cards. I don't need the Fraser here really. Scroll Shift, no room for that. Dreadship, I think I like it. I don't need the Skywarden, that's an easy cut. Now we are getting to the hard part. I'm gonna play Zirda because the target creature can't block this turn. That's no joke, and I will have some, this makes my activated abilities cheaper to activate. So, I mean, for example, well, they will always cast 1, but I have maybe, well, there's equipment. Well, I don't think there's a lot. Okay, well, Zirda is still good with the, it's a 3-mana 3/3, very easy to cast. Basically, any 3 lands in this deck can cast it, and it can make creatures unable to block. It's a good ability for a 3-mana 3/3. I'm gonna play all the 5s and all the 4s. I think the Slasher is fine. For mana curve reasons too, I could have a 3rd 4-drop, and I do have a couple of battles which I intend to play. I mean, I don't have to play the Invasion of Belenon, but I do like the Glorious Anthem quite a bit. Now, with all these non-creatures, I'm really thinking about not playing Thalia. It makes my Volcanic Spite so much worse. Stoke the Flames are even harder to cast. I mean, it's not that hard to cast with Convoke, but still. I actually think Thalia is not the card I want to play in this deck. Unless the 2 power first track is really good. I mean, if the opponent plays mostly 1 and 2 toughness creatures, I can sideboard it maybe in. But here I'm not gonna play it. This is now only 5 2-mana creatures, but I have 3 2-mana removal spells, so I can keep up in the game, even if I don't have a creature of my own. Now, again, Skittering Server, as good as it is, in general, I think it's just not so needed. I have a couple of 5-drops, 3 4-drops. These can be cast without having access to 4 mana if I have the creatures. So I think the Server is gonna go. And okay, now all these other stuff. I mean, the Scroungery would be an easy cut if I didn't have double Hoplite. So, let's say I play 14. Sorry, not 14. 24 spells, 16 lands. I'm gonna cut the Dreadship now, and I want to play the boost. It's just good, and this, the Flame Ride is just also very good. Kite Sail might not be the greatest here, but with the Master Smith, it's such a nice, I mean, especially if you can give flying and double strike to your attacker. That's just such powerful synergy that I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it now and play the Kite Sail. But that means I'm going to cut something, and I feel like it maybe has to be the Scrounger. It just has to be. Now that's one fewer backup ability to copy, but I mean, this is the worst 3-drop, and I don't actually need a 3-drop, because as you can see, there's plenty of them. And then does that mean I will actually also cut the Belenon thing here? It's just a 3-mana 2/2. Okay, fine. Let's focus on the the fact that I have a bunch of removal. So maybe I don't need a Glorious Anthem when I can just clear the way with my removal. Now with that invasion gone, I will still play the Mercade. It's just so good always, because the front side is, it doesn't ask much. Okay, I think the Slasher is now the worst card here. I do want to play the Halberd and the Kite Sail because of Real. I guess I could actually cut the Pyretic Prankster, because I do have the Volcanic Spites functioning as 2-drops as well. So if I cut that is only 4 2-mana creatures, but it is 3 2-mana removal spells, so I don't have to worry about getting ran over. This deck actually has 3, 4, 5 very high quality removal spells. No, it's 6 because I have 2 of these. That is 6 removal spells. That's maybe enough to not play the aerial boost. But it's very nice. I'm gonna maybe cut the aerial boost if there's something to sideboard, but I'm gonna have this as my main deck now. It has synergy with Hoplites and the 5 backup creatures. It just, has removal and creatures, which doesn't really require any synergy. There's the Guardian of Kirapur, which can reset some things, for instance, some of my few backup creatures. And it's just, a 3-mana 3/3 flyer, which you would always play in limited. Okay, that's it. That's the deck. I play 16 lands. I have a couple of 5-drops, but I do have means to find more lands. With the Volcanic Spites, they can help me dig into lands, and I can also use the Invasion of Mercadia to discard something to draw 2 fresh cards if I need lands. So this is the deck, and I think it's I have more red, but enough white that I should play just even mana here. And I really wanted to have the dual land, but I just had better cards to pick. I think I saw 2 red-white duals. Sadly, I couldn't pick either of them because there were just so good cards there. Okay, so this is the deck, another red-white. Well, this is the classic. I mean, this has bad mana, but also not even a good mana curve, so that's an easy mulligan. And then, okay, this is a keep. And the card I'm least interested in is, I think, one of the Harried Artisans. This is a 3/3 without using extra mana. This requires at least 3 mana to flip, and I have already one, so I'm gonna do that. Okay, that's double white for the seal now. I need 2 drops. There's a Thespian, so they get the Surveil now and Surveil when it dies. Okay, I think I'm just gonna... Well, I mean, if I don't kill this now, let's say I play Kite Sail, I take 3, and then I don't really want to trade with my 3-drop either. I mean, either of these, so I would have to take another 3. I think I'm just going to kill it right now before they get to even untap. Did they surveil? Yeah, they did surveil, so they get some surveil value, but I mean, if they untap with some kind of a pump effect, it's really awkward. Yeah, let's not take the extra damage here, and I have to now decide if I want to actually ditch a card in here. For the Kite Sail, I can have this as a flying vigilant creature. I think I'm gonna decline this. I want to have all these cards. I want to, of course, have the 3rd land, especially because it's the white, 2nd white for the seal. And the Kite Sail, you know, you could not keep it, but also... Okay, that's a good one. I mean, this can also be the card that wins against red-green. Although there are some reach creatures, of course. But I can get rid of one. Oh, that's more than 2 colors. Alright then. Well, this turn is rather easy. I'm gonna just play the Hoplite. Of course, the Hoplite I will play before the Sentinel. So I can play the Hoplite and the Kite Sail. So let's just attack. Free attack, basically. Unless they have a trick, but if they trade a trick on that thing, it's not the end of the world. Now the Hoplite can copy my backup ability if it survives. Let's see if they have a battle. This becomes a 3/3. Okay, well, there's one of the reach creatures now. But I have the seal from existence to deal with that, so it's fine. Okay, not gonna block here, of course. So this becomes a 3/4. This has a reach. I guess I'll just won't be playing the Sigilled Sentinel this turn. I'm gonna get rid of the 5/4 now. I can at least equip here. Well, this will get flying if I, you know, transform it, so let's give it a flying to the other creature. Let's hope they don't have more of those vigilant, reach creatures. That would be awkward. Or they might have a way to deal with the seal from existence. It does have ward 3. A 3 is a lot. I guess they tried to make a constructed card out of this. Because the ward 3 matters quite a bit. Alright, there are 5 colors then. 5 color green. And that's another reach creature. But it's only a 3/3 at least, so so the good news is that it can... I mean, I guess if I mean... Well, now with the land, I can transform this into a 3/4. I can give this guy 2 counters. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Because then this is a 4 toughness flyer. And they can't trade the Historian on it. So now they either go to 8 or jump block with the Historian. I like both of those. Both of those outcomes. I have 2 Stoke the Flames in the deck. They are just, because they can target anything, including players, they are just winning top decks, except if they get life somehow, or if they have a counterspell, of course. But I'm at 16, they have only 7 power here, even if they attack with everything. Well, they have a bomb mythic here. So they can discard 2 lands to kill, you know, Well, the good news, okay, that's only one land, so only they get to kill the Sentinel, because when these ETBs or attacks, they get to draw a card and discard as many lands as they want and deal 2 damage to target creature, 2 times the lands discarded to any target creature. All right, so now, oh, this is winning play now. This doesn't have reach, and this is actually because they are at 4. Yeah. So okay, the opponent might be thinking I was slow playing because I was explaining these Borborygmos to you guys, but of course this was just a lethal attack, and well, they had of course mana up, but I was always gonna go for that, so I wasted a little bit of their time. Okay, so I know now what is the red, green, and blue for. I don't know about the black or white. I guess they might have the 5-color battle, for instance. What does this mean? Well, first of all, I saw 2 reach creatures, but the kite sail was still very key to the victory, and I guess I have enough removal to deal with the reach creatures. Scape shift? No, not scape shift. Did I say this earlier? I mean, did I call this card a scape shift? It's a very different card. Scroll shift is good against removal, but I saw only like the Borborygmos here. Any target for Sunday the Gateway? I did not see artifacts or enchantments. I wonder if there's a card I need to sideboard in. Like, do I need to have the Bane Splitter just to have a quick victory before they get to land their 5-color madness and stuff like Borborygmos? But what is the worst card in here? I mean, I'm not gonna cut any more 2-drops. I like the Artisans now. The flying ability might be really relevant. Yeah, I just think, yeah, I like the backup first strike reach. There's no way I'm gonna cut anything here. I mean, I could cut the aerial boost, but even this is gonna be relevant against red-green, despite their reach creatures. What was I planning to sideboard? I like the Miran. Nah, it's fine. Let's just keep the same deck. Do I get to keep 7 now? I'll do, but it's not great. I need to draw some creatures, but I mean I have at least a kite sail. Okay, now I have something to do. Okay, also something relevant to do for turn 2. Alright, so I don't see any. Let's first see what they do. I'm gonna use the Volcanic Spite just to get rid of one of these planes and maybe have a creature for the next turn. But I'm gonna let this attack for 2 unless they have a battle. Okay, they do. So let them first, not know that I can kill this. So they discard a card to draw 2. Okay, then. And they found the forest. I'm glad they didn't have the 1 mana trick there, the +2/+2 there. That would have been massively horrible, because they would have been able to flip this too. Alright, let's get rid of the planes. Well, I got the 3-drop, and I needed the extra draw there. Okay. Sirda. So, activated abilities that aren't mana abilities that I activate cost 2 less, but always at least 1. So Kite Sail Equip will be 1, for instance. Elemental Fox. I guess I got to collect this art piece now. Alright, does the pest find a land or a battle or nothing? They found a land. And okay, Bolaslinger, that's nice. So who's gonna get the counter? I think that because I do wanna block the pest, I'm just gonna give the counter to itself. Sirda has a relevant activated ability, so there's no reason to make it on a larger size. And I want to have a 3/3 to block the pest, so they don't get free, damage on the invasion of Mercadia. Now, if they eventually do get to flip this, I have the Volcanic Spite for the 3/3 it becomes, but I might also need to use this on some other creature they already play here now. But I have a kite sail and an aerial boost. I have the double striking. I have some explosive potential to win in the air if I'm giving some time here now. Okay, they are thinking Lighted Bird. Okay, that gives them all the colors, and they can now, of course, they have 2 mana, so they can transform this incubator if they want to. Of course, it can't attack right now. They play a Potent Tracker. Alright. That can untap this land, and it's actually gonna give them a lot of mana. A lot of mana. So, I need to win quickly, but I can attack for 6 now. That's very nice. Actually, I can attack for 7. Unless they jump block with the tracker, because I will be tapping the pest with the slinger, not the tracker. I'm gonna play the heal slasher and 2-3 first tracker is good enough. I'm going to give this counter now to the Zirda. Don't know really if it matters too much. Okay, so I mean, because both of these have relevant abilities. This taps when it attacks, this just makes them unable to block, so it doesn't really matter which one gets the extra counter. They're gonna kill the one I make bigger, and both are still relevant. I guess this doesn't have to use mana. And this 2-3 will block the 2-2, will block this 2-2, so this didn't need to counter itself. And this way I was able to deal 1 extra damage, because they didn't go for the jump block. Okay, now they have... Is that gonna be something nasty? That's okay. They get to kill. Okay, well they had double removal there, casually. Okay, so this is. Yeah, I don't like this. I mean, I don't like giving this guy double strike right now. They will just jump block it. But then again, they have less potential to kill these things. Next turn, now let's say I give this now double strike. I mean, if they take 6, that's great. I don't think they're gonna take 6. But what I can do on the next turn, assuming the Fearless Cult survives, they already used 2 removal spells, but they can still have more. I can just make this guy into 5/5 flyer, 5 power flyer with double strike. Maybe even play and equip the kite sail. I mean, I could do it with Convoke actually. So let's at least make them jump block now. Or, I mean, they don't have to, but I really hope they don't jump block. Yeah. Now please tap out on something that doesn't have reach and that doesn't gain you life and doesn't... Okay, they're gonna kill my Fearless Cult because this thing deals 2 damage. Oh man. I guess even if they do this thing, yeah, they can't flip any of these battles, but yeah, they just removed 3 of my key creatures, the Zirda, Bolaslinger and the Fearless Cult, all got removed. And they still have 2 cards in hand. All they need to do is remove my Heal Slasher, then they can just transform these battles and I lose the game. That's a lot of removal, but they of course have a bunch of colors. And they had that thing too. Now, I have the means to, of course, not care about it. I'm just have to figure out how do I do it, because I can just, you know, play and equip the kite sail. Problem is that's not, they can just take 4 and then they start flipping. Yeah, I'm going to actually go for the not even the aerial boost. I'd rather, okay, maybe it really depends on, because I can spite this guy with a combination of the first strike. Because this I can use to just win faster. This doesn't do anything to players, so I guess this is how I'm gonna go. If they block, I'm gonna use the spite, and they won't even block, which is fine. So none of these guys have reach. This becomes into a massive creature, no reach. This becomes into a very good card, but it doesn't do anything on the turn. And this becomes a flyer. So that I cannot actually allow to happen. Okay then. yeah, they are gonna flip this with one attack from the javeliner. So that does mean that... Does that mean I'm gonna jump block? No, I don't have a lethal. Ah, that's really annoying. I guess I had just let them have the dragon there, because I can use my things to kill the dragon when it blocks, so... Because if I do jump block now, I can attack for 3 plus 2 plus 1. They will still be at 2 life if I jump block now, so I'm not gonna do that. I let them attack with the invasion of Tarkir, into the invasion of Tarkir. I know I can use my aerial boost thanks to Convoke, so I can make this into a 4-4 and trade with the javeliner and they don't get the dragon. But then I lose my boost, which, well, with the kite sail around, that might not matter so much. They also do have the 2-2, which they can make into a... But the 2-2 doesn't, you know, transform any battles, and they can make one defense counter away with this thing, but I mean, the only thing that can currently deal with the battle is the javeliner by attacking. Now it has also an ability that can deal 2 damage to it, to a battle. So they might also leave it as a blocker, because I showed them that I have the kite sail. But let's see what happens now. Okay, that's what I assumed would happen. So am I going to lose my aerial boost? I do have a 2-turn clock with the kite sail. Do I just accept that if they have yet another piece of removal, I lose? Or I will mostly lose. Because if this wasn't a flyer, I would have a lethal attack here. I can just equip the other one and use the boost on the other one, and that's at least 8 in the air. It's exactly 8 in the air. But if this flips, they get a 4-4 blocker. And when it attacks, they get to... I suppose I'm gonna do this after all. Just hoping that they can't interfere with this play. If they can, I basically lose. I mean, not basically, but it's gonna be very hard to win after that. Because they have blockers on my flyers. I guess I can draw removal. Yeah, I of course have a live top decks here, but the time is... The longer the game goes, the better... I mean, the easier it's for the opponent, because they have these battles waiting to be transformed. Okay, that trade happening is good news. And okay, just a negotiation. Okay, good and good. Now they're gonna remove a counter from one of the battles. They did not attack. It actually surprises me. They did not attack with a 2-2. I guess they want to use it as a blocker, but how can they know about the kite sail? Oh right, this is sweet. So they can make... That's a 2-3. So okay, without... okay. I might not even play this on this time, because they have the 2-2 and actually the 3-3. I could spite this guy though. I mean, I can spite this guy and then attack with 5 power here. And they might jump block, or they might... They don't have a hand... Okay, they have no hand card, so this is actually quite good now. They would go to either 6 or by jump blocking this, or you know, they are going to not jump block and go to 5. Okay, actually... And now they can't even transform this battle with what they have. Because, I mean, let's say they don't jump block now. That of course means that they have only 3 power to deal the battles. And that's not enough to transform this. I mean, they can either use this as an attacker or as a way to, you know, remove a counter. Besides, I have now 2 3 power flyers. That have at least 3 power. So even if they were able to transform this now, with help of some card they have, I could equip, you know, this heal slasher and transform this. I would have the mana for it, regardless of what I draw. That would be two flyers, both lethal. They could only block one of them with this thing. And of course that would have required them to find some way to flip this right away. Okay. Okay, I'm on the draw, they mulliganed. I will keep this, I have enough playable stuff here that the mountain and plus plains combination should be. I mean, actually, all of these are playable except for the artisan, and these will become playable immediately once I draw a third land. But what's my 2-drop here? I don't have a backup creature yet, so I might actually choose to play the Spell Spear. Yeah, the Hoplite doesn't do... I mean, it's a vigilant creature, but I'm not gonna trade with either of these. If they have a battle now, I might have to just deal with this frontliner. If they have a battle with defense 3, they could actually flip it right away. Okay, they have a Dreadship which they can... Okay, they might crew that to attack for 4. I think I'm not gonna bother with flipping the spell spear. I'm gonna just deal with that guy right away. But that's a 2 for 1. They have now the incubator just for free. That's why this card is so nice. Okay then. I guess it's gonna be time for the artisan. That's just the most mana efficient play I have available. I have actually have drawn both a plains and a mountain here, so I have a sweet 2+2 mana, allowing me to cast any combination of these spells now with 4 mana. So they're gonna attack for 4, or do they have a battle? They didn't have a battle, because that was a risk. They could have had invasion of Mercadia, that 2 mana battle with 4 defense. They would have been able to defeat it right away. Now, I could leave this to block because it is a 2/3, and I have the Volcanic Spite, so I'm actually gonna do exactly that. Now they basically can't attack unless they have a battle to make this into a 3/3, in which case I can use my Spite. I also have the aerial boost here because of the Convoke. But I'm not gonna save that guy. Or maybe I am actually. Maybe that's the best. Because I really wanted to, I mean, I could pay for that by, tapping both, but that's really suspicious. And I want to have the Volcanic Spite in case they have a trick, but maybe I have all my backup creatures, so I'm gonna just do this with mana. And hopefully I find some of my backup creatures, or at least they have to use another removal spell. Now I don't have the Spites up, which is unfortunate. Okay, I have a mountain to discard, no big deal. Agent has to be dealt with a Spite because this will otherwise start drawing them cards. Okay, I have all the removal. So don't really have a good attack now. This has Death Touch. I don't really think I can attack here, so I'm gonna just do this. It will cost 4 mana to transform and 2 life. And of course I will let it happen because it's a 3/3 that I can still kill with the Volcanic Spite. I'll let them do the attacks. I have to be careful, they might have more of these informants, so if I draw lands I should not maybe play them. Even though I might want to have a 3 mana and... Okay, they did that. So it's time to just deal with the stuff here. I'm gonna deal with this right now. Decline this, of course I want to keep my cards. Any reason to play the other one? I don't think so. Well, now there actually was a reason. If I knew I'm gonna play this on my next, then I would have gotten rid of this guy. Well, that is annoying actually. Alright, well, I mean, But I'm not really gonna do this now, because I won't be double blocking this because of the dead touch, and I won't be letting them to hit me to draw the card. So I just have to do this. If I knew, yeah, I'm gonna draw exactly a 4-drop here, I would have used a Spite. But I kind of want them to waste the mana, but maybe it's not even worth it. As long as they have other things to play, they won't be wasting the mana. Especially into my open mana. It would be different if I was tapped out now, but why would they risk it if they have stuff to play? But maybe they don't, but they do. That's also an annoying thing. Okay, so let's just deal with these. Maybe deal with these two. It becomes a 3-3 and gets them a couple of 1-1s. Ah, they had. Alright. Well, fine then. Get some 2-for-1 value. I don't like this guy. So let's kill that too. And now another volcanic spite. Hey, where are my backup creatures? Well, I'm not gonna offer any trades. Let's do this. And hope they don't have another informant. I would really not want to lose my spite here. That's a really good one, but it's activated only as a sorcery, so unless they activate it exactly twice right now, which I don't think they're gonna do. They can eat the informant. I'm pretty sure they're gonna eat the informant and draw a card. But then I will have my spite for it. They might eat the 2-2 as well, who knows. Okay, well that's a backup creature. That is nice once I draw the land. I will allow them to block this guy with 2 of their things. If they use their Rager and a 2-2, that's even better. Assuming they don't have like a first strike trick there, but well, we'll see. Let's attack now. This is activated only as a sorcery, so I will be dealing with that guy. I think they cannot just take 4 here. So let's deal with it before they get more value from it. I have drawn like majority of my removal. And now if I can just, if I get to resolve this while the hoplite is on the battlefield, that's almost a game-winning play, because both of my creatures which are targeted by this backup will get flying for turn. This will become a flyer regardless. Captain Lannery Storm, that is fine. I can allow that guy to attack. They will get a treasure token. Oh, they have a trick, no? Because this is a 2-3. I mean, this becomes a 3-2 when they sack a treasure token. So if I block that with a 2-3, they can trade. And this become a 3-4 flyer is just 2. Yeah, I'm just taking the 2 here. Actually, it doesn't even take deal 3 unless they sack this in mid-combat. Alright, well I didn't get the land, but I did get, a backup creature, so now we'll see if they are going to do something. So they can double block this, even if it has 1 counter, so I think I'll let that happen. I mean, I guess I can give it 2 counters, but it's annoying if they have a... I'm gonna keep it a Sentinel, and maybe the Hoplite. Yeah, that's fine. And then I'm gonna attack with these. There's no rush here. They do seem to have something. Can they go for the double block? First strike trick, maybe? Exactly that. Alright, well, that had to happen. I suppose if I gave this thing a counter, then they would have not been able to use this specific trick, but I mean, it's not really a card you often have in your deck, so playing around this specific card, maybe... Well, I don't know. Anyway, both of my counters survived, so at least that happened. They got rid of a decent creature with only 1 mana spell, but at least both of my counters survived. So now, as long as they don't have a Nezumi informant, I'm gonna have a pretty good Earnout once I find my 5th land. Okay, they go for a 6 mana spell. I Crusade. Oh, they just wanted to make this into a 3-2. Yeah, that makes sense. Because otherwise they would have needed to sack the creature. So, I mean, no, they could have... Well, anime. I guess that's fine. So, trade here. That's fine. Let's trade. This will actually pick up a counter, but I'm really counting on winning in the air here. Yep, like this. This is the point. So now they are really in trouble because I can make the artisan into a flyer. They actually almost die, but not quite. On my next attack. Unless they have removal, of course, but let's say they don't have. I can make this into a 4 power flyer. 4 plus 2 is 6 and they are at 7, so that's that. Because when you transform these guys with counters, they will keep the counters. It's different, of course, for the kind of transforming cards that go into exile and then enter the battlefield transformed, but these are not the kind. These just transform while they are on the battlefield. So again they use the Treasure of... Oh, because... Yeah, okay, I Crusade. That makes sense now. Okay then, so this guy is gonna... No, just do that, and now they're gonna go down to 1. And now they need something pretty good. I'm still at 14, so I won't be attacking, losing to any attack now. Unless it's something crazy good. They need to deal with both flyers. And they played a land with 1 card in hand. That has to be a bomb rare. Or some kind of combination of... Okay, yeah, that's... I mean, why would they show that? This is not lethal. It's 10, so... I mean, they just showed a critical card here. They have now... I mean, I might have been expecting this card, but because they have the Stormclaw Rager, they have a Corrupted Conviction. And now I know I definitely need to prepare for the Furnace Rains. And one way to do that is to play Scroll Shift. It's really expensive, but I think I have to do it. It's the best thing I have against that. I don't sadly have the white 2-mana trick that you know, gives protection from whatever you choose to give protection from. That would be also a nice counter to that, but I'm gonna play the Scroll Shift at least to have the option to counter that spell. Alright, what else? Do I want to play my own Coming in Hot? Not necessarily. Well, first of all, I do have to find a card, and I think it might just be the Aerial Boost now. It might be it. And he's under the gateway. I mean, I could deal with the vehicle they had, which is under the gateway. That might make sense. So if I cut the Aerial Boost to have room for the Scroll Shift, and then I could switch one of my 2-drops, they are also good though, into the Sun, the gateway, just to have a way to deal with get my own 2-for-1. But they might have only that one artifact or enchantment in the deck, so maybe it's not worth it. Yeah, I think this is fine enough. Let's just do the one switch here for now. Well, that's a that's a mulligan. That's a keep. So sadly, I have to dispatch some of the cards in here. Well, it could be the Invasion of Mercadia, but it's so nice to flip this thing. I'm gonna just lose a land here and hope that. Well, I guess I can find more lands with this thing. I can, you know, discard the Ray up unless I find an equipment very soon. Okay, that's a really good one. There is a land. So I can have a Zir down the next turn. I think I might even play the Ray off now. But I could, of course, top deck one of the backup creatures that cost at most 3. Oh, bum, bum, bum. Okay, fine, let's do this. So they can make this into a 3-3, get a 1-1. I mean, this is a really good card. It's not so good if I would have my removal, but even then they would have the, 2 1-1s, because they will get one right after this transforms and then when it dies. So it's not even so bad for them if I, use one of my removal spells to deal with the Thalid once it has transformed. And they can attack for 3, and that's no joke. I mean, they can start the race immediately. But they are thinking about, I mean, they can of course just have a card in their hand that they can play for 3 mana right now. For example, the vehicle with haste is a good candidate to play right now. Just crew it and okay, they don't want me to do stuff with this thing, which kind of makes sense. They don't of course know I have no backup creatures here, so it's better to get rid of it, even though if that might mean that they have a inefficient use of mana there. Okay, I got another one of those. Maybe I can play this once I have found a backup creature, but now let's do this. And if they go for the transform now, I might just block. I mean, there's not much. I mean, I have to use something good on the 3-3 anyway. It's just the law that they will get a they will get a they will get the 1-1 and second 1-1 out of this. I am thinking about though playing the Invasion of Mercadia here on the next turn and then attacking into it. Okay, I'm actually doing it right now because of the... Oh, they might also have the 1 mana trick. As you can see, they did not pass priority immediately. Okay, that's something. So if they have the first strike trick, that would have been horrible to block there. Okay, let's ditch the planes. I don't need a third planes here. Oh, I would have preferred to draw a mountain there, but of course you can't have everything you want. Now, problem of course here is that they are gonna win the race quite easily. If they just jump here, I'm happy. What spell do they have that actually is gonna... The first strike trick... Ah, they have a Burning Sun's Fury. Now, did they have the both of them? Okay, I don't know anymore. Maybe they just offered to trade there, yeah. Well, that was 1 for 1. I mean, it's not so bad to trade. They at least got... I got rid of the Saproling there, so that's that. So here's the thing. You can get a battle mid-combat if you kill the battle, with the Stoke the Flames. And then I will have a 3-3 blocker on the frontliner. Now that I drew the mountain here, that is gonna be better play than playing these two. Now they will probably, anticipate it, or they might have a trick or removal, but let's see. If this works, it's pretty good for me. Okay. That's nice. So basically I used the Stoke of the Flames to kill a frontliner, but also I got my battle for free. Now, they have the Nezumin format. I'm gonna keep the extra land here. Also, it might be useful for the Chiron Flamewright at some point. So let's do this and this. And I guess I'm not... I'm at... let's see. I'm gonna play it safe now. I'm at 7 only. That's not a lot of life. Oh, come on. I can kill it though, but so they can choose. I'm going to 4 at least. When this thing deals combat damage to the player or battle, choose any number. Each player creates a treasure token. Okay, fine. I can... These are all symmetrical effects, by the way. Each player sacks a creature. I think that's okay too. And then if a source would deal damage to a player or battle this turn, it deals that much +2. So basically, because this has first strike, if they choose the second option, yeah, and they will, of course, this will deal, in fact, +2 damage. But the thing is, how trample and these kind of effects work, they still have to assign 2 damage to a creature I'm blocking with. And then the +2 just means that the creature gets additional 2. They don't get to actually trample over here. So I can just block with this. I don't have an equipment, so I have more backup creatures than equipment in the deck. So I should do that. And I think I should do this too. I mean, they will get the 1/1, but I will get to kill the Rankle and Tobran. Oh, how does the let's see, when this no, the first strike happens first. They can say that each player sacks a creature, but it's not gonna. Yeah, this is fine. I think this is just good. I don't care what modes they choose for that thing. Oh, they get the 1/1. And then, well, I can use the seal from existence as well. This distills anything with anything. I mean, can I... This has vigilance, so if I play planes, can I also play the... Stoke the flames? Yes, I can. But then I won't have a blocker. Well, I can stoke on their turn, I suppose. Alright, so... Let's maybe do that. They might have the sack a creature. Well, I don't know. I can't actually just play around everything. I just can't. So I'm gonna do this now. This allows me to play the creature. If I played the seal from existence, I couldn't have done that. Now I can kill the Rankle before it deals any nastiness. Okay, so they have that. I'm not dying here. But I have to tap. Yeah, I'm gonna take 3. I'm gonna go to 1 here. But I guess that means that that means that the card is a shock to the face. It's a shock to the face. Okay, so this thing has vigilance. And I can transform this by paying the full cost. I can't even pay 2 life right now. So it doesn't ask me that. So now of course I will be losing to any removal spell because this 1 damage will be enough. But I can't really, not attack with the Sky Flare just that because they might have a removal spell. Kite Sail makes things a little bit faster. Now, I might actually go for the seal from existence on the next turn. Just to play around removal spell, because now I'm 1 turn away from... Well, actually, I have a lethal attack anyway, so let's see if they found a removal or burn right now. Yeah, they did. Well, that's any target, so it doesn't matter whether they target the creature or me. Well, I mean, all I need there that they will prick for 1, and they have a lot of pricks because any creature that doesn't have haste works to my advantage there. I guess a removal spell is instant win and stuff like this. Alright, well, let's go to game 3. I don't think I saw too much. There's the Rankle, but I have a removal that works against Rankle. Actually, 3 of them. They have the Burning Sun's Fury, which is something to keep in mind if there's a combat situation involving multiple creatures. Now, I don't really like the Thalia. I mean, I liked it because it can block a bunch of these 2 toughness creatures, but I do have 10 non-creatures myself. Aerial Boost. Is there anything bad in here that I actually want to cut? I think the worst card in the deck is the Kite Sail. So let's say if I just forget about the Rhea play, if I cut that and the Rhea, if I play like a Thalia or the Sunder, the Gateway, I could play the Aerial Boost. So let's say I play the Aerial Boost. instead of the Kite Sail, and then I will play like Thalia as a defensive play. I will play the Kodo Halberd. That's pretty decent. Okay, let's try the Thalia. It will have 10 cards that it will tax 10 of my cards, but I think most of my non-creatures are quite cheap anyway, so maybe it doesn't hurt me that much. So, and it's a good blocker against many of their creatures. So let's do this and hope to not get because the reason I lost there is because I got to quite low life total there. I was able to have the superior board in the end, but they had the damage to deal with the situation. Okay, so now I have a spell spear and this thing that can find me any land. Even without the planes, I can play this artisan. So I think I'm keeping this thing. I have, of course, my only 5 drops in this starting hand with only 2 lands, but that's how it goes. The Spite will help me. I cannot get rid of one of the 5 drops. Or maybe the boost, I don't know. We'll see. Because these are quite impactful plays anyway, but of course they won't be impactful if I don't have the mana for them. Let's see how the game progresses. It might be a game where both, keep remove each other's creatures, then these 5 drops will be quite nice. But now with that, well, I'm just gonna do this right away. And, well, the hoplite is, I guess the worst is the boost in the end. If I find white mana, I can play this rather than. Okay, well, that's now, well, only 2 draws without the land. Let's hope the third one is gonna be a land, because it can't be even just a mountain for the artisan, and then the Stoke the Flames will be castable easily once I have my third land and just one other creature in addition. Okay, I have to sack that thing. Okay, come on. Land. Oh, okay. This is exactly, I guess they are stuck at 2, but no, they are not. That was a lie. Okay, that thing dies before it gets to attack. And who's gonna go away now? Oh, this is really awkward. I do need to get rid of something just to hit my land, but the hoplite is so good with these. I guess it's good with 1. Okay, let's get rid of the aeronaut. Okay, still no land. Come on. Now that is 4 draws without any land. They're gonna get this 2-1, which is quite annoying. Yeah, they're gonna get it on the next turn. 5th land. With 5th draw without any land. This is gonna become a 3-3. Yeah, I mean, I have lost the game. They're gonna get this thing flipped. I can play only 1 spell a turn, even if I draw the land. They're gonna have a board state allowing to just win this. I mean, even if they had blanks in their hand, which they don't because they were stuck at 2 as well. I can't come back to this game, so I'm gonna concede on the next turn most likely. Yeah. Let's just see if even the 6th card was. Now this was a land, even a white producing one, but look at this. If I play my 3-3, this is just, I mean, it's just a lost game. I have no way to reset the board. That was just one of those games where you don't draw any lands. Keep a 2-lander, which is, I think, a totally fair keep with the cards I had. The Spell Spear and the Volcanic Spite. And with 1 land giving me the Artisan, and so that, that would have been like 70-80% of the time. That's a totally fine hand giving you a normal game of Magic. Gotta love it. If one of these was a mountain, I could use the Spite, maybe find the 3rd land. Well, let's mulligan. It's not really worth risking with that hand. And this is again a hand I would love to keep each card, but at least the opponent mulligans too, so... I mean, I don't want to cut any land here. I do like the halberd, but I think the heel slasher is more important. So let's do that. And I'm not gonna cut my 3-drop. Okay, at least that is some kind of curving out that I have a guaranteed 3-drop here on the play. Opponent goes to 5 though, so maybe this is a not so hard game to win. Or maybe it is. Okay. Do you have a land drop? They did. A forest. Okay, another 3-drop. Means, well, it means that if I don't get the 4th land, I have plays available regardless. This is actually an activated ability, so if Zirda makes it so that this is only 2 mana to activate, or 1+1 Phyrexian. So how do I do it? Because I can play this now. If I draw a land on the next... Yeah, if this was a land, I could play this now, and then on the next turn play Zirda and immediately transform this guy. But I think it's better to play the 3-3 now. And I hope they don't deal with the Zirda, because it would be really nice to get this as a 3-4 flying haste right away. Yeah, if I draw a land, I can play this and use 1 mana and 1 life. Sorry, 2 life to make this into a 3-4. If the Zirda survives this combat. Well, I suppose if they attack with this thing, I wouldn't just block, because that would indicate the 3 can. I really don't wanna miss out. Okay, so they have this making the Zirda unable to really attack, but it's definitely worth doing this. Because I'm not gonna trade with the Thespian. I assume they have a land drop, because yeah, they didn't surveil to graveyard. Okay, that's fine. Let's take 3. Can do the first strike thing. Oh, that Wet Keeper is really good. They won't have the 5 mana on the next turn though. 5 mana. Now if I make this into a first striker, they can't really block that well. And this first striker can block the Wary Thespian if nothing else. If they don't jump block, they're actually taking 7. And they have this here. So I like that more than some of the other options. I have a card. I have the battle that makes me discard a card, so I'm not actually going to play the planes. I don't know if I can get punished somehow. So let's say if I next turn draw a mountain, do I also want to have the planes on the battlefield? Maybe with the... yeah, it might, if I draw specifically a mountain on the next turn, I might regret not having the planes on the battlefield, but that's only 7 out of 30 chance. And they don't know about the Stoke the Flames, so that means that if they are too brave with their attacks, I can get them to the burn range. Now I don't have the... well, I did draw the mountain. I was saying I don't have the second red, so I need convoking help with this, but I don't need it anymore. Let's just immediately play the mountain, and they didn't attack with anyone. I mean, even the 3-3 here. Well, I have a 2-turn clock here, so I attack with the Skyflare. There's no point attacking with this because this is a 4-2. Yeah, and there's no point attacking with this because this is a 3-3. And I'm not gonna waste the Stoke the Flames here on a creature when I can finish the opponent off with it. I know I could make this unable to block and attack with this Heel Slasher, but then they just make a triple block or something. There's no point in that. This is now 3 damage. Next turn it's also 3 damage, and then they are down to 4, and this will finish off the opponent. And this is actually allowing me even to play, convoke the Stoke the Flames, because I have all these 3 creatures, so I can do this if I would need to. But this was a game where the opponent went to mulligan to 5, I mulligan to 6. But yeah, it doesn't even seem like it, matters much. But I suppose it's mostly because they are stuck at 3, but in a way that still has allowed them to play a spell every turn. So this is actually a fairly decent game they had as mulliganing to 5. But now that's a flyer. When this dies, each player mills 2, then you may exile this thing to put a creature or battle from your graveyard. Okay, well let's see if it even mills. Well, I mean it mills when it dies, yep. So no point using the Stoke the Flames, except that there is. They are completely tapped out. I don't know if anything convokes here. Well, there's the black uncommon removal spell. But I think it's worth it. Because if I do this now, I can just make this Gorilla unable to block. Oh, that's the victory. Yep. Okay then. Black and green. Some sweet uncommons there. Signpost uncommon, the Streetwise Negotiator. Well, the rest not so amazing. Just playable cards, but mostly like something you can play in that curve slot. I mean, they could be anything with similar power level. So I don't think I have a particular reason to sideboard anything, except if I want to. Yeah, they might have. Well, I don't know how many incubator things they have, but these are of course artifacts, the creatures as well. So Sunder the Gateways. No, it's not. This exactly doesn't work against incubators. It's a non-token for a reason, because this is a Phyrexian flavored card. So yeah, you can't deal with incubators here. Okay, so you need to have an actual card that is an artifact or an enchantment. Yeah, so no, not gonna do that. Can I do the stuff with the Ray Abandon equipment once in this event? I think my main deck is just pretty decent, so I have no reason to sideboard anything specific for this matchup, at least not yet. So let's see. I have a 2-lander I can keep, because I can play all the spells except for the Aeronaut here. And I can even redraw into something with both the Invasion of Mercadia and this Volcanic Spite. And the opponent doesn't have a 2-drop. Not even removal. There is the -2/-2 instant. That would be castable. They have a 3rd land type, and there's... Okay, now they have accelerated into something. Alright, so this is exile target non-land permanent. Not really worth exiling the Burgeoning, but it is worth definitely attacking into this Invasion of Mercadia. I just have to figure out if I want to discard something, because I really don't want to discard anything. But I think I should. I want to go to 5 mana, so maybe the Aerial Boost. Yeah, with this removal, I don't need a trick, I have a removal. Actually 3 removal spells, so let's do this. I didn't even draw the land there, but this is the first time I see the Guardian of Kirapur in here. I haven't seen this earlier. Okay, well they have a ton of mana now. Well, they have 5. But I have a Seal from Existence, so if they have one big thing, I can get rid of it. This is annoying, but not the end of the world. They just used 3 mana to draw a card and make me discard something, so... well, that's a little bit awkward, because I want to have my Artisan here. But I think on the next turn I'm just gonna play the Guardian of Kirapur. Now they can block... Okay, well, I guess I'm actually playing the Artisan, because they maybe have an idea to make this into a 2-2. I can attack with a 2-3 into the Invasion of Mercadia. Well, I have to discard something. I have only 1 timeout. Man, I don't want to discard. I mean, this is easy discard otherwise. I still want to have these because of the hoplite, it's gonna be able to copy something. This is so good. Ah, this is tough. Am I supposed to actually not? Okay, fine. I'm actually getting rid of the spite. I have enough removal. That might be a little bit crazy, but it is what it is. Okay, land is good. So, well, my entire plan here was to do this. And I'm not going to attack with the hoplite. It has vigilance, but I'm not gonna trade. I don't expect them to be blocking. If they block here, I would be totally fine with that. I mean, that is, I think, totally acceptable. Okay, they didn't. But now I have a 3-3 I can use to block that thing. So I don't even have to take 2 damage here. So this is a 4-4 that can enter as a copy of some creature on the... Oh, my Rayav is here, by the way. Okay, Deadly Derision here, okay, fine. So I'm not gonna block here because I'm one land away from this getting copied. So let them deal with that thing. There's still 2 defense left. And there's the land. So that's all quite nice. Okay, they didn't respond to this, so I get the copied ability definitely on the Artisan, and why not on the Hoplite too? I mean, I get to copy. I mean, I still get the copy. They should have... Yeah, well, I mean, that's weird, but okay. Because they would have needed to do this. Well, I suppose they just didn't want to deal with the... Yeah, they would have needed to kill the Hoplite with it. Anyway, Guardian of Kirapur can, reset this thing. I get another copy of... Another backup ability copied twice. Okay, well, Seal from Existence is going to... Well, I mean, it can get rid of the Tangled Skyline. But it can actually take... To remove the reach. But I think dealing with the 5-5 is much more important. Oh, but I can flip it. Oh, I can... This is creature or artifact, not an enchantment. Alright. I can't do that. But what I can do is... I'm gonna play the land here anyway. I can... This is non-land permanent, so it's not non-token. I can get rid of a token here. Bye-bye. That's gone for good. And then... Exile up to 1, not target creature to turn it to the battlefield at the end step. So it's a... I don't know exactly if I want to... Yeah, okay, let's see. Let's attack first. That's something that's gonna always happen in this situation. Now the question is, do I want to use the Seal from Existence to get rid of this 2-2 token? Or actually get 2 more counters? I think the counters are more valuable. Oh, and again, it doesn't work with the Seal. I just checked that it is not gonna work with enchantments. I have a very good memory. Alright, who are gonna get the counters? Kinda like buffing up the flyers in here. Okay, they get back something. They get a Converter Beast. That's nice. It's gonna give them a 5-5 reach thing. It's super annoying, of course, but what can I do? Okay, I got to stoke the flames in here. So, problem with attacking both flyers is that they can actually then attack with the gorilla. Into the invasion of Amoket. Would they go for the double block here? That's interesting. Would they go for the double block? Because they have a reach 2-2 here. I mean, I guess I can check it first. Should I attack with the Vigilant Hoplite? It will only trade with the Escort, so no. Let's see if they go for the double block. I might actually have to kill the Gorilla before it gets to flip this thing, but this is the best outcome for me. Yeah, this is definitely the best outcome. So don't get to exile. They might get something good, but whatever. Then they do. Because they have no creatures now. They mill two cards, so if they mill a creature or battle, they can put it on the top of their deck. And that's a land and a battle. That makes me discard 2, but I have no cards in hand. And they chose not to even get it. But now the problem is they have a converted beast giving them a 5/5, and I need to find something to attack past the... I mean, this reach giving thing is really annoying. If they attack with the escort, I will obviously block. I mean, I would really like to have another backup creature copied, but if I get a backup creature, at least I can make a 5/5 for myself. I'm really not interested in giving them a 4/4 with some abilities. Oh, I milled a... What did I mill? I didn't even check. Halberd and the Scald, both amazing draws would have been there. Well, now I guess I just have to 2 for 1 myself. There's not really much else to do. I mean, they will block with the 5/5 reach. I lose the Guardian of Girapur and they go to 10 and I kill the 5/5. There's nothing else to it. Yeah, I like the jump block here at least. Now I'm top decking. Oh, they actually chose to deal with the 3. Okay, I like it. I have a 4/4, not a... Okay, well, they will have a 4/4 reach guy now. They just have all the incubators. And of course I do now land. So, I mean, now I'm losing the game. Because they have 5 mana to transform this thing and it will double the counters on it. I have to actually leave this guy to block so that they don't get this quite as fast, but yeah, that's too much. They killed some of my key creatures and they keep getting those annoying reach things, so I can do it. Oh, why didn't they use the Vat Keeper? I don't actually understand. Okay, fine. I mean, they could have made this into a 4/4, but they chose not to do that. I think they had 5 mana. Maybe I counted the mana wrong. It's possible. They didn't have the 5 mana. And this is not a sorcery, is it? No. With 5 mana, they could have made this, I think, into a 4/4, unless they only had 4 mana available. Alright. Anyway, that was horrible. The one Dawn reach thing, you know, that was miserable. I think because they have the Tangled Skyline, I am going to play this under the Gateway. I really want this Rayab to work once with my equipment, but it doesn't seem to happen. Okay, Scroll Shift. I saw many removal spells. Well, 2 at least. Scroll Shift targets artifact, enchantment, and creature, so it can actually reset this if I get some tokens first. Okay, let's play the Scroll Shift too. What are the worst cards now? I mean, am I supposed to not play the Rayab again? Because it just never... I never draw it. Okay, I'm gonna cut the Kite Sail and Raya. The Kite Sail can be good here, but I have other flyers too. That's how I'm gonna do it, and let's hope that's gonna be good enough. Yeah, it is quite annoying that they have so many ways. I mean, the one, sorry, not so many, but the one thing that gave all the Phyrexians reach, that basically made them able to win the game, because I would have been able to race against a player that doesn't have the reach creatures. Alright, well, this is a mulligan, and this is... well, let's see if this is a repeat of the from the second match, game 3. I'm just gonna get rid of this 5-drop here. Because I have the Spell Spear and this Volcanic Spite, just like in that game. And I think I had like 6 draws before the 6 draws before you know, seeing a land, and that was of course way too late. Okay, so much of that guy surviving. Okay, now I got immediately the land, and it's even the plains, so now I have some plays here available still. I hope they don't have all removal. That's another removal spell I haven't even seen yet, sadly. Let's just transform this and keep attacking. And now I'm just hoping to, you know, that they don't get this guy removed. If I exile it, it actually will come with the front side back. Okay, there's the beast. I can seal this thing from the existence, but I think for now I'll just do the attack. I let them use 2 mana for that. And I can do this, and then I can use the Spite. I might... No, the Scroll Shift... No, that's actually not... Because I can... this says enchantment. Yeah, so I'm gonna not make myself lose... replace a card with this thing. But I might have to... Okay, well, there's of course the Tangled Skyline, because why wouldn't there be? But I get rid of both of these tokens, actually. That is huge. Am I gonna block the... They might actually not attack, because they want to block my Hoplite. But they go for the aggressive play. Well, I'm... How to do it? It will take some time before I get rid of both of these. I'm gonna play this. Well, I mean, it takes exactly 2 turns. Maybe it is worth doing this now. Just to, you know, keep myself at 15. Try to win in the air, because... But yeah, this is saying... This says all the Phyrexians have you know, reach. Not only the tokens, but all the Phyrexians, including this guy. Well, first I'll give them the option to jump block if they want to. And if they want to attack with this, well, this doesn't have vigilance, so if they want to block with it, they can't attack. Yeah, Scroll Shift with the Seal from Existence will be quite nice. It's also instant speed interaction, so I can let them, you know, transform this guy, and then before it blocks, I can Scroll Shift. That's not a Phyrexian, is it? No. Okay, this is good. Core Halberd. Oh, I don't have the mana. And I don't have the mana to use the Stoke the Flames on the Jumping Cowboy either. Well, it's very easy now. I can take the cowboy a couple of times here, no big deal. Okay, they are not going to make this die to a trick. Well, I mean, I'm just gonna do it anyway. They're gonna transform this guy on their turn regardless. I'm not gonna take 9 damage. So let's just draw the card right now, because it's important to... I mean, maybe play the land if I find one. I do hope they don't find more of those Phyrexians. But thing is that I actually do have the, you know, the Stoke the Flames here, so it doesn't require much to... I mean, 2 attacks with this, and then they are dead to this thing. But let's see if they find more Phyrexians there. Any Phyrexian will work. Okay, well, let's now hope things go well. And they have a removal spell. Oh man, this is just super annoying. I don't know, let's kill this now. Before they untap, that is. I'm not gonna win this race anymore. I really hoped I would have been able to do that, but I suppose it's now top decking. And okay, well, so far I'm winning the top deck war. And I have even the Spite and the Planes to replace. Please don't play the thing that makes me discard 2 cards. Alright, so let's see what they find with this. Just a land, please, no battles. Just a land, okay. So, is it worth killing that guy right now? I don't think it is. Okay, well, this is... Oh, this is sweet. I wonder if I should play the Planes. It is very important to be able to maybe ditch it with the Spite, but... So let's see if they have any response to this. It doesn't seem like they are having any response. So let's target this, of course, and then copy... I mean, I can deal 5. Okay, let's deal 5. Let's put both here. Because that means both of my creatures are lethal now. Well, I guess it would have been the case anyway. If I make this into a 4-4, they go to 3 and then this is a 3-3. But anyway, I'm not gonna play the land. It's possible they get the discard 2 right now. Okay, they get the discard 1, so that's fine. I mean, this will say, this Bolaslinger, that a blocker of theirs will be getting tapped. And that's gonna give them... They have... Yeah, that's gonna be so that I have win here now, because I can kill them. I can kill the Wat Keeper, right? At least try. Yep, and then they can make this into a blocker, but I can tap the pest in here. So it was about top decking, but yeah, look at all this incubating they had. Well, maybe not. Well, they had a lot of incubating, so the Tangled Skyline was pretty good with giving reach to most of the stuff, and of course all the non-token Phyrexians too. Well, this was a tough match. I was able to win in the end, but I don't think that would have been possible without the scroll shift. So this is again one of those situations where not sideboarding. I mean, when you sideboard only a little bit, but it still matters a lot. Because if I didn't have the scroll shift here, I think well, it's not shown here because the match is over now. But I don't recall what did I cut. Maybe it was the Kite Sail Ray of a combination. But whichever it was, it wouldn't have been able to make me deal with the 5/5s they had. But with me drawing the combination of scroll shift with the Seal of Existence, I got rid of 2 of their 5/5 Phyrexian incubator things. So it's always nice to get to do some sideboarding that matters. One of the the perks of best of 3, and one of the reasons I do prefer it over best of 1. But again, I'm somewhat cursed. I don't seem to be able to get any trophy runs. I lost match 2, game 3 into mana issues. Now, that's not to say I wouldn't have lost it anyway, but there wasn't really a game in there. But at least 2 wins is much better than 1 win, because that's 1,000 gems and 3 packs versus only a quarter of that amount of gems and 1 pack. So it's okay. Claim the prize here, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.